Welcome to episode 34 of Realty Talk with
Ellie
and Galen. What's cool is we're actually doing our first ever podcast in the conference room, which I actually like better because the background's better, and I think people can see it better. Probably should zoom in a little bit on that. Hannah, why don't you zoom in on the video footage? Like, not crazy. Keep Brittany's painting in there.
I don't think you
No?
can.
No?
I don't think you can while you're recording.
Oh, wow, okay. That's fine. Way to go, Apple. No, you're fine. Just leave it there. That's good. Thanks, Hannah. Thanks for the support. Episode 34 looks good. Ellie, how you doing today?
I'm doing well.
I'm a bag of snakes today. It's all right.
You
though.
were a bag of snakes?
I've had a great day personally.
Quite a lot.
Personally, besides my eyes twitching, but other than that, everything is going really good. Like I said, we don't dwell on the negatives, so we're moving on to positive. So, Ellie, anything exciting or fun in the life of you over the last week?
In the life of me over the last week.
Did you change your hair again?
No, it was like this last time I was here. I got bored and I cut bangs, but they were up because I hate them.
Oh, okay. Sorry, keep going.
No, nothing.
Same old?
Same old.
I don't know if anything like busy. I'm like really busy right now.
Things
Like
are slowing down for me a bit.
I don't. It goes in spurts. I mean, something like right now there's a little bit of a push. I just had a lot of things that happened all at once, and right now, year to date, I have the most pendings I've ever had at one point in my career, which is a very cool thing to have. But with it just becomes there's a lot, and that is actually going to be right into our first topic of the day. The one thing I wanted to go over was the importance of people. And my topic basically with the importance of people, I'm talking about like the staff at Kavanaugh Realty. So we never have, when I say staff, it sounds like we have like a multitude of people, like a bunch of people. We don't have a ton of people that work here. But I mean, agents we do. I think right now we're up to about 13 people, I think, in total. But when it comes down to staff, Nicole is basically our only full-time, Jordan's part-time. And prior to Nicole, we had Pat that worked here for, probably close to 30 years, and Debbie who worked here probably close to 20 years. And they both retired in basically a span of 6 to 8 months, which is pretty crazy, and considering that they've been at the company for so long. So we're really kind of in a new phase, a new growth. We have some new people over the last, basically year. We've added, I say 13, we've probably added 7 people. Does that sound about right? It's quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. More than that? Gosh, yeah, we've added quite a bit. But basically the evolution of what we've had from a staff standpoint is Pat always was at kind of like the front desk, and then Debbie was always our closing coordinator. Now we kind of have merged the two a little bit, but Nicole pretty much is, she works here, and she's pretty much everything here in the sense that her main job is closing coordinator, but I had a meeting with her this morning. We went over a lot of different kind of events that we're going over and kind of marketing and different things that we're doing from the office and planning and prepping. And so she's very big on, to be honest, a very good person to work with in the sense that she's taken a very big ownership in a lot of projects and a lot of ideas. And I'm running around all day long, so it's very tough for me to sit down at one time and focus for long periods of time on certain things. And she's been able to, if we have meetings, kind of take what we want to accomplish and run with it, and work with Jordan, and I think with a couple of the interns coming on, who's going to be working with them on a few projects, which I'm totally looking forward to. And she's done a great job, very creative. The other thing is, one of the benefits when we were looking for a replacement for Debbie is we had probably 8 people apply, which was really cool, and a lot of them were people that I actually knew, and that's always nice that people would want to work for the company that you are involved in. But Nicole came around, and to be honest, her knowledge of real estate up to this point, she's been around for 7 or 8 years, is very good. She knows a lot of people. She knows the nuances of the business. She knows all the technical aspects of the business. She had to learn a little bit. Her role prior to this was not kind of this. It wasn't really the same. She's much. I think we lean on her quite a bit here, and I think anybody that thinks Nicole at the office is just Nicole at the office. I mean, she's so much more.
She's the rock.
Yeah, I actually call her mission control. She prefers Ministry of Magic, but whatever, however you want to call it. She's basically like our, she holds the fort down all day long, and to be honest, I'm in contact with her a lot throughout the day, and she's the closing coordinator, basically meaning, when real estate deals go under contract, there's a lot that involves the contract to close. I mean, it's not as simple as just signing on the line. There's a lot of things that have to be navigated. There's a lot of moving parts. We've said before, it's very tough in an industry where everybody relies on other fields and professionals from different groups to have to get deals done. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Obviously, with a lot of people involved, there's always the risk of things going sideways a little bit, which we were kind of talking about today. A couple things happened today, which, to be honest, I don't think were anything that anybody did. It was more kind of buyer seller kind of thing, people involved, wonky, a little wonky attitude and moving, but whatever. But the thing is, like, at the end of the day, Nicole, I think, is because she's done a lot over the last couple of days, and I think we sometimes never mention her as much because she's not out on the forefront. People don't see her, but if you actually are within the office, I wouldn't say lost without Nicole, because I'd be able to get the stuff done.
You'd be drowning.
I would just be completely drowning, and I wouldn't be able to do as much as I can do without her. My time would be way limited, and I think I'm very good at going out and doing a lot of the stuff that I do day to day, and she's extremely good at all the back end stuff that really kind of keeps everything moving, what I call kind of towards a North Star and getting the deal closed. So the importance of people, to me, and like I said, Pat and Debbie were this before. I mean, we had many good years of some awesome people that worked with us, and now Jordan has come on and really taken on she does a lot on her own for being a younger girl. She's very responsible, very proactive. She does a lot of work that I basically say, Jordan, can you do this? Or Nicole, can you do that? And they just run with it, and they can turn kind of vision into reality. And that's, like I said, everybody, my goal for the company is that everybody takes a portion of ownership in it to grow the company. That's kind of the way that we've set up the kind of the business model. We've set up the compensation structure to really benefit agents. And the whole purpose is I just want to make sure people can see an ownership in the company and just grow. And I think as we're able to grow and people, I think, are number one. We won't be anywhere without any good people. And I think over the last year, the people that we've brought on has been incredible, including yourself, including Miss Hannah, who didn't want to be on the podcast today. But a lot of it is just, I think it's the people that you surround yourself with and the culture. And I try to surround myself with people with like-minded individuals. Also, I try to surround myself with people who, at the end of the day, are just super positive. Mm-hmm. You guys probably joke when I interviewed. I don't know if I really interviewed either of you. I think I just talked with you for a little bit, and this is like, these girls seem cool, and they seem like they will be, good attitudes and positive and stuff like that. And I think that was the only thing I really looked for, provided you weren't like crazy, which I don't think you
Joke's
are.
On you.
Hannah, crazy? Hannah's definitely the crazy one of the office. But no, everybody's doing good. So, Ellie, what's your thought process on people, working with people, people coming on to the company? Because I think as we're going to grow eventually, and I think we're going to have new agents come into the business, move here. I think we're going to have some agents that currently are licensed. I think in time we'll see the kind of the cool things we're doing and would want to switch over. So what do you think in regards to things like that? What's your opinion on people?
I think it is exactly really what you said, that the people make, surround yourself with the kind of people that you want to become. And that's actually part of the reason that I am even doing real estate now, because when I first sat down to talk to you, I just wanted to discuss what the day in the life of the realtor is like. Just an idea, like just a fragment of an idea. I texted Brittany, my friend, one day and said, "Hey, do you know any realtors? I'm just kind of curious. Like, I want to talk to one and see what it's like." And she's like, "Yeah, you have an appointment with Galen at 4."
I think she actually did do that quickly.
Yeah, she
very
did.
Fast.
It was instantaneous. And
Yep.
So after I met with you, then I was like, I guess I'm gonna be a realtor. And just the motivation and the positivity, because at the end of the day, there are things I'm passionate about, but I could be shoveling coal, and as long as I'm surrounded by a good team, I'll be happy. And that's more important than anything else to me, is being surrounded by positive and good people. And that's the kind of team that you're building here.
Yeah,
it's important.
Yeah, well, the other thing too, for people that don't know, like when you get into real estate, and I've said this from day one, especially on the podcast, is that it's tough to get into, it's tough to break into, and for you, you know, I know one of your biggest hurdles has been balancing a full-time job with also trying to get up and running in real estate, and that takes time, and you know, and I think you could probably, it's probably something I'll ask you again in a few months when the season wraps up, but like I think it's something that you can vouch for when I say it's a 3-year process, that you can, hopefully you can see 3 years down the road and say, okay, I know what Galen's talking about. Like I had a 10-year goal, and I'm in year 9, and I can kind of see the end of that goal actually happening. For you, a 3-year goal is basically going full-time in a position where you can, you know, you can support yourself and you can make enough where you can now say, hey, I'm stepping away from whatever job I'm at, I'm going to go real estate full-time. And that's obviously, once you do that, you're going to be accelerated because now you have all the time in the world to do it.
Yeah.
But I think you've done a very good job at, you know, doing a little bit of everything. Like you said, it's grinding on the weeknights, grinding on the weekends, you know, sending emails maybe early morning or whatever you got to do, calling some people on the way, you know, just to work and back. And it's trying to maximize the amount of time that you can put into it, knowing that it's not going to be super crazy. And, you know, there's different ends of the spectrum. I mean, I'm totally living it now. I wish that, like I joke that there's 48 hours in the day that, and there's not. I just never, no matter what. And the thing is, when I complain about not having enough time, majority of the time we're getting a lot done. It's just, I just wish there was more time so I could get it done faster or not have to push things out to the day after. Because one of the last things is, you know, I can only get to so much so quickly. That's why, going back to what we said before, Nicole has been such a, you know, it's been great because she can now respond to people, she can respond to our clients, she can respond to other agents when I'm not available, which gives us a benefit to move a little bit faster because of, you know, if I'm in an appointment and someone needs to reach me, well, they can have access to Nicole. Or if I need something, I'm like, hey, I can't get to this, Nicole, can you do this? I'm driving out to go to another appointment or whatever. We have that luxury of having someone full-time staff-wise, and you know, and it's kind of funny because you guys have not known any different. Yeah. Actually, I have never known any different. I just know every other place in the area doesn't have what we have, and I think that's the cool benefit of it. And I think Nicole's job to me is like such a critical element to real estate. And no, so I think that's really cool. Hannah, how are we doing on time? Check your phone. No, just check your phone.
14 on the phone on the
5:29.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got to wrap up, but. Any questions? That's going to be our thing about people.
Any questions about people?
Process people.
What's the point of life?
What Ellie, give us the office quote.
You like apples? How about them apples?
Is that an office quote?
It is.
You took that?
Andy had the Long Island iced teas, and he hands them to the two men after telling Oscar, look at those two homies over there, or whatever he called them.
Yep.
And yeah, and he said, hey, do you boys like apples? And I said, what? He said, how do you like these apples?
Oh, I thought you were quoting one of my all-time favorite movies of all time, Good Will Hunting.
That is
have you ever seen that, Hannah?
No.
Okay. We may have
is that why you have the board?
No.
do you fantasize that you're gonna come in one day and just find a bunch of like answers to all of your problems on the board?
I was hoping one of you would figure that out by now, but we don't have any good Will Huntings in our office, so.
No, I like the quote about the slushy. It's like, you guys like
what?
That movie when he walks outside and he's just like
Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so instead of The Office, we'll do one of my favorite Dumb and Dumber quotes. He goes walking out of the office, and I think I said this to almost everybody at the office. Walks out, looks at the guys outside the convenience store, goes, big goal, babe. Well, see you later. Quote, Lloyd Christmas. All right, so we're going to stop there. That is episode 34. We're doing well. 34 of Realty Talk with
Ellie
and Galen. See you next week.